Hello, peeps, and hello, peppers, and happy Women's Day. Yes, today it's Women's Day in Iceland, and yesterday I learned something a little bit interesting about that. I might have mentioned at some point before that, like, the old Nordic calendar is kind of only divided into two seasons, summer and winter. And you might have noticed that because I repeatedly talked about the first day of summer. And like yesterday, I learned that the Women's Day is also connected to that summer winter division because it's celebrated on the first day of the old Goa month. I was not aware of the Goa month. I was just aware of the Goa Chocolate Factory, not sponsored. And like the old month before that has the Bonta Dagur. Like Bondi is both farmer and your husband. And I think the word husband also has the same, like whose Bonte has the same root. Okay, roughly a month ago there was Bonta Dagur, and now it's Kone Dagur or Women's Day. Like you see the word Kona for woman also in words like Vinkona, female friend. So, and actually next month we have Kvaura Dagur. Like, let's say the people who have have been supporting me in book writing actually might have noticed that I'm using this word Kvaur, like even in the middle of a German text, and it describes a person between the genders. Like my main character, except for the grandma, in my crime comedy trilogy is a Kvaur. And that can have very different consequences for very different people, but it's actually good to have our own day. Which actually, like, some queer institutions offer up free or discounted drinks for. And yeah, but like today it's Women's Day, and many women get flowers. I didn't get any flowers, but let's say I'm not the kind of person to give or receive fresh flowers in the first place, because you usually have to fly them in and they don't last that long. So I would rather give people gifts that last, like memories, quality time together. I had a really cool Ace Arrow meeting yesterday again. So actually, I also decided to use this Women's Day to a minute of silence. Yes, a little bit of silence for women who can't decide how they want to live. Let's say in the good conversations in the ASRO meeting yesterday, I also commemorated that when I was very much like involved in the physical disability movement as a teenager, such expressions of the type asexual, queer, and so on, like they were not in the public discourse. And I was actually kind of delegated to write for magazines that were released by the disability movement in Germany, and those magazines often featured like articles of the type that especially women with disability don't perceive their body as their own, and like they are afraid that they can't have intimacy the usual way, and like because there is like only one position and one method and whatever. But here comes the big but. I like big buts and I can't deny. Like, the more I heard, like, you're so special, you just need a very special partner. Or you're so unusual, the society doesn't find you pretty, and that's why we need to give you makeup classes. I don't wear makeup to this day. Hello. Like, let's say I'm even getting conjunctivitis or whatever that's called, like when the people start painting my face. So I focus my energy on other things. Thank you. Okay, like, let's say I had to write for magazines and read magazines that always stated like that disabled people have to make themselves more pretty, they have to work harder to kind of overcompensate their disability, they have to be more creative in their bedroom. Whose business is that what I'm doing in my bedroom versus not? The more I read this, the actually more depressed I became. So the thing I really would have liked to hear from this disability community back in the day, and I'm actually glad that such themes are on the table today. There are like very many different forms of intimacy, basically as many different forms as there are different people. It is also a perfectly acceptable and positive life form to want to live alone. Like, sometimes with the asexual community, I have this conversation where people, let's say, helped me realize that if a culture actually promotes a certain non-sexuality, then the people actually all go in protest, sort of. So at least this is how I basically understood the discussion. So we should talk more openly about it's also a perfectly acceptable and wonderful life form to live alone. There are support methods if, for instance, as a disabled person like me, you live alone. I would have liked to hear from the disabled community also, like, here are some resources to meet people who align with your values and wishes. Because as I also learned from the asexual community, this is not just about the absence of like sexual wishes, but this is more about cultural implications, like let's say celebrating you concentrating on your own life in a really good way, networking with people who have similar ideas, and if there is a partnership, a wish to have children, and etc., like it needs to be with someone who has like very compatible wishes and ideas about that. And like, let's say, when I kind of searched for partners to prove to the disability community that I can do it too, that ended very poorly. Let's just not go into details. So actually, I want to celebrate this Women's Day with quality time with myself. And I want to keep writing my book today, which is about like queer finding their way into like the type of family that they want to have. And I know this might be difficult to understand for some people, but really, it was the most important lesson of all these years for me to see that I'm like not alone. Like on myself, I'm not using this word queer that often. I mean, sometimes I do, but mostly I say I'm a woman with a strong male energy. Um, in the practice, I would say I'm kind of gender fluid, and like I'm mostly going to the disability toilet and the disability shower. That's like unisex anyway. Um, so yes, we need a safe space for people who don't fit into the like the classical women image and or other gender image. We need to develop ideas together. We need to kind of listen to each other. Actually, this Ace Arrow discourse, because like some people in the community, especially on the internet, talk about like rather fostering close friendships. I also kind of need to be more clear to people in the future. If, let's say, for instance, someone steps up to me and, hey, you're my best friend. Okay, I don't know you that well or something. Let's say I have ended in really iffy situations too, because people have called me their best friends very fast, and I couldn't articulate that. Like, let's say that they probably wanted something from me that I couldn't offer because let's say if you are watching this and we have been friends for a long time, then you know I'm kind of high maintenance, and at such a beautiful Women's Day today, I can also be a little bit proud slash okay with being high maintenance. Rather be silent than saying the wrong things. But I really want this to go online unedited. Let's say there have been situations with people in my life where I should better have said, you want something from me that I cannot give you because I am a nerd and mostly not overly emotional, and I have a lot of panic attacks, and like even normal day-to-day tasks are difficult for me, and I kind of in on this level, like on organizing my daily life and incorporating people into my daily life, I have to focus on myself first, or myself, if we take into account that I have the feeling of having several souls in one chest, and that's why I actually like this term them for people who don't fit into the typical gender image. Yeah, so whoever you are and wherever you are, I wish you a beautiful Women's Day with your favorite people in the world, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.